Well, it's milking time here on the farm, and these ladies are ready. Let's get after it. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rockin' Sea Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel where, of course, we have goats, we have chickens, we garden, we do a lot of other things here. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell so you get notified every time a video comes out. But probably the reason why you're here is because we're milking a goat today, and we're going to hand milk. Typically, I milk with a machine, but yesterday we had several different Girl Scout troops, or their whatever they're called, service region came out, and we showed them around the homestead, had different stations for them, and one of them was hand milking a goat. The girls really seemed to like it, and we figured, hey, we'd share with you what we taught them, and they actually got hands-on practice, but we'll show you guys. If you're new on goats or never hand milked a goat, this is going to be a video for you, so it'll show you exactly what you need to do to milk your goats. So the first thing that you're going to need is some sort of a stand for milking a goat. So I've seen people make these. We actually purchased this from Premier One, and it folds up, so if you need to move it, super lightweight. So when we do maintenance on our goats, like clipping hooves or shaving them or whatever we got to do with them that may need to have them cinched up and enclosed, we can put them in here, close this down. It keeps them in this area. We can maintain that. So, but when we're milking, of course, the goats will come in here. We do ply them with some food. Not only will this help with milk production, but this is the only time these ladies get these special treats now. So they're super excited about getting up here and getting milked. And as you can tell, they're kind of circling around, waiting for me to let them in here. But right now, we only have two things. We typically have one more thing. So one of it is just regular like goat food, goat grain. And then we have like some Boss sunflower seeds. And we also try to get some rice bran. It's like a pelleted rice bran. They seem to really like that. It helps with milk production. We just haven't been able to get it out in the stalls yet. But here in the next couple of days, we got a bag. We're just going to bring it out. And then we'll add that to them, and just helps their coats, helps them make sure they have good health, and helps their milk production. So at this point, it's all about keeping these ladies healthy and satisfied, so they give us some great milk for all the different things we do with it. We have our goat Maisie up on the stand. She had twins this year. So this was her second freshening, so her second time to give birth. And she has a really good udder, and she's turned out to have some really nice teats. One's a little bit bigger than the other, but still pretty good size for a Nigerian Dwarf. And really you can, even for me having big hands, it helps having a goat with some good udders and a decent sized teat. So they're all a little different, but that is going to help us when it comes to the milking. So first thing you need to do is, once you get them up on the stand, we gave them some food. Now you need to wash and clean the udder and teat. So we use little Huggy Simple Clean. They're just pure and simple, just water-based towels. And we get them all nice and cleaned up, scrubbed up. If you need to use 2 or 3, that's fine. The main thing is just get them nice and clean, because they like to lay around in the dirt, especially when it's warm out, to get cool. And you just want to make sure that everything's nice and sanitary as much as possible. Now, some people do use soap and water. We just have so many things that we're carrying out at the same time that we just use these. It's a lot easier. So once you get them clean, then what I like to do is clear out their milk ducts. So I will just take one and kind of do a couple pulls on it to make sure that milk is flowing, and that kind of clears everything out if there's ever any kind of dirt or anything else that may have got up in there, because that could taint your milk. Now, since we have Nigerian Dwarfs, our goats are pretty short, and it's hard to find a stainless steel container that's about this size. So we just use an old Tupperware dish if we're gonna hand milk. So this is what I use. And then I usually just milk with one hand and hold this with that, just so if these ladies are moving their legs around, I can hit that. I'm not as coordinated as I should be trying to do this. So I just use this in one hand. But when it comes to milking a goat, what I like to think about is you're trying to make a big L with your hand, and you're just putting it right up there as high as you can on that teat, and you kind of clamp down on your first finger and your thumb. So before you do that, you see how kind of soft and pliable that teat is. Once you put that thumb and first finger down, that gets a lot harder to push in. It's a lot more solid. It's like kind of like a balloon that's kind of tied up that has a lot of air, a little bit of air in it. And then all you really need to do at this point is just tighten up your hand, or these two fingers here. And as I tighten up, milk comes out. And then then that kind of depletes all the milk that's in there. You release. And you just repeat and repeat and repeat. And if I have to hand milk them, typically we do use a milk machine, but if I have to hand milk them for whatever reason, then I usually will milk a little bit from this side, then I'll come back over on this side. And then once I get enough, typically I let it go a little bit longer than that. But what I'll do is I have a little mason jar with a little plastic top that just goes right on there. Then I'll just pour it in there and just keep milking. Set this aside. Just in case she kicks it or something, it gets spilt, I don't lose all the milk. I just lose a little bit of it. And then we just continue milking. So now sometimes once their milk starts kind of getting depleted and you're getting close, or there's not dropping or not releasing, sometimes, if you've ever watched a little baby goat drink from mama, you see how they kind of bump that teat. You're not going to punch it, but you can give it a couple bumps, and that kind of mimics that baby reaching up there trying to get more milk. So I will do that throughout the milking process. Especially when I'm using the machine, I may even do a little udder massage back here just to make sure things are loosening up and that everything's flowing nice and easy. She's just about finished up here. Now once we're done milking, and she is just almost done, so I'm gonna call that good. Then what I like to do is come back in with another wet towel, give her a good clean down. And then we use this stuff called Fight Back, and it helps fight bacteria. It's just a little spray. She's not a big fan of this. And it's just a little spray, a couple sprays up there. And you just let that dry. And now she is just good to go. And store the milk until I can filter it inside. put it in there. Then I can carry it in without having to worry about it getting spilled. Then I'm ready to go in and get everything cleaned. And there's a happy little girl. You ready to get down, baby? Okay. Come on, let's go. Well, folks, that is how you hand milk a goat. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys, for those that are venturing into the goat world and want to learn how to milk a goat. That's how you do it. It's not very hard. Like I said, we had some, I think there were 5th or 6th graders, Marsh, is that it? Yeah, so we're 5th or 6th graders over yesterday, and I can't remember how many we had. I think we had about a dozen or so of them. And I think everyone gave it a try, and they were all able to milk a goat after just a couple minutes of instructions. They were milking away. I actually wanted to hire some for the season. But they all have these camps and other stuff that gets in their way. But guys, thanks for coming back, watching our video. And of course, from our homestead to yours, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.